Be me, 28 years old, senior graphic designer at Vertex Solutions, mid-sized marketing agency in Seattle. Job is pretty chill. We make logos, run ad campaigns for tech startups, design website. Team is a mix of guys and girls. Everyone gets along. We have Halo LAN parties on Fridays. Fridge is stocked with beer. Life is good. Then the founder, Old Man Jenkins, decides to retire. Says he wants to spend more time with his grandkids in Arizona. Fair enough, man earned it. Says he sold the company to a visionary. Enter Veronica, 30-something, immaculately dressed in power suits that cost more than my car. Walking in like she owns the building, which she technically does now. First all-hands meeting. She stands on a literal soapbox she brought with her. Vertex is stuck in the past. It's time to deconstruct the patriarchal systems inherent in our design philosophy. I look around. We design apps for dog walking and coffee shops. Not sure where the patriarchy is hiding in the sans serif font for pause and play. But whatever. She announces a rebranding. Not just the logo, the entire culture. We are moving towards a female-forward, matriarchal workspace. The future is female, and Vertex is the future. I catch the eye of Greg, the lead developer. Greg looks like he just swallowed a lemon. This is gonna be a long quarter, he whispers. Understatement of the century. First week, the foosball table is gone, replaced by a mindfulness and manifestation corner. It's just beanbags and books about how men ruin the economy. The beer fridge is emptied, replaced with kombucha and moon water. I don't know what moon water is. I'm afraid to ask. Week 2, mandatory seminar, Unlearning Toxic Masculinity in Creative Spaces. It's 4 hours long, facilitated by Veronica's friend, Sky. Sky introduces herself as an energy architect. She makes all the men stand up. Look at the space you take up, she says. Shoulders broad, legs apart. You are physically dominating the room. I'm 58 and weigh 150 pounds. I'm taking up less space than the potted plant in the corner. We are forced to practice sitting smaller, literally crossing our legs and hunching over to allow female energy to flow. Greg refuses. I have bad knees, he says. Sky writes his name down in a black notebook. Veronica is nodding approvingly from the back. Resistance is just the ego dying, she says. I survived the seminar by dissociating and thinking about what I'm going to eat for dinner. Week 3, the work starts changing. We have a client, Hammer Time Tools. They sell literal hammers and drills. Target demographic, contractors, DIY dads. Veronica calls a creative meeting. The branding is too aggressive, she says, looking at a picture of a hammer. It's phallic, it imposes violence. It's a hammer, Veronica. It hits nails. We need to pivot. Let's market it as a tool for dismantling the glass ceiling. She wants to paint the handles pastel pink. She wants the slogan to be constructing herstory. I raise my hand. Veronica, the client specifically asked for rugged and durable. Pink handles might alienate the core demographic. Room goes silent. Veronica stares at me like I just kicked a puppy. Anon, are you mansplaining marketing to me? No, I'm just quoting the creative brief. The brief was written by a man, Anon. It is inherently flawed. We go with her idea. We pitch constructing herstory to the client. The client is a 60-year-old guy named Buck. Buck looks at the pink hammer. Buck looks at Veronica. Buck looks at me. Is this a joke? Buck asks. Veronica launches into a 20-minute lecture on semiotics and gender fluidity in hardware. Buck cancels the contract. Veronica storms out, blames the loss on the client's fragile masculinity, blames me for projecting negative energy during the pitch. I didn't say a word during the pitch. I just sat there sitting small like I was told. Month 2. The firing starts. Greg is let go. Reason, cultural mismatch. Truth, he refused to put his pronouns in his Slack bio as he, him, ally. He just put Greg. Veronica replaces him with a junior code priestess named Luna. Luna doesn't know Python. Luna knows HTML, barely. But Luna has a blog about coding as witchcraft. So she's the new lead dev. The code quality tanks. Apps are crashing left and right. I'm doing double duty fixing the UI because the backend is a mess. I go to Veronica's office. Her door is closed. Sign on the door says Goddess in recharge mode. Do not disturb unless the building is on fire, and even then, check your vibe first. I knock anyway. Come in. She's burning shade. The smoke alarm has been disabled. Anon, your aura is jagged today. What is it? The dog walker app is crashing. Luna deleted the database. She didn't delete it. She released it. Data wants to be free. Veronica, the client, is screaming. We lost all the user profiles. You're focusing on the negative. Focus on the opportunity to rebuild with intention. We need to restore the backup. Backups are a safety net created by fear. We move forward, not backward. I walk out. I call Greg. I pay Greg $500 out of my own pocket to remote in and fix the database. Tell Veronica I manifested a solution. She gives me a gold star sticker. Literally a sticker. I am 28 years old. Month 3. The menstrual leave policy is introduced. Great idea in theory, except Veronica extends it to sympathy cycle leave. Basically, if anyone in the office is on their period, everyone who identifies as an empath can take the day off. The office is empty 3 weeks out of the month, except for me and the 2 other guys left, Dave and Mike. We are doing the work of 40 people. Veronica is never there. She's always at empowerment brunches or networking galas. She posts on LinkedIn 15 times a day. Leading with intuition. How I fired my toxic top performers and profits soared. Profits are not soaring. We are hemorrhaging money. But she got a top 30 under 40 girl bosses award from a local magazine. So she thinks she's Steve Jobs. Then comes the incident. We get a new client. Femme Fuel, an energy drink for women. Finally, something that fits her vibe. She takes direct control of the project. I want to do a viral campaign, she says. We're going to reclaim the streets. Her idea, a flash mob. In 2024, a flash mob of women dressed as corporate zombies, shedding their suits to reveal bikinis holding the energy drink. It symbolizes shedding the skin of the patriarchy, she explains. I raise my hand. Veronica isn't putting women in bikinis to sell drinks kinda. The opposite of what we stand for. It's empowering when we choose it anon. It's about agency. Okay, but it's November in Seattle. It's 45 degrees and raining. The fire within us will keep us warm. Hypothermia is real, Veronica. Stop gaslighting me with meteorology. We do the shoot. It's a disaster. The models are freezing. The flash mob looks like a shivering cult. Passers-by are calling the police because they think it's a public disturbance. Veronica is filming it on her iPhone yelling, "YAAS Queen, slay." One of the models slips on the wet pavement, breaks her ankle. Ambulance comes. Veronica tries to give the EMTs cans of Femme Fuel. It has electrolytes for the trauma, she yells. The campaign launches. Social media rips it apart. Tone deaf, exploitative, why are they blue? Veronica blames the patriarchy again. The algorithm is sexist. It suppresses female joy. She calls an emergency, all-hands meeting. There is a spy among us, she declares. Someone is leaking our innovative strategies to the trolls. She looks at the men. There are only 3 of us left. Me, Dave Sales, and Mike Accounting. I am instituting a new policy, the sacred circle. No men allowed in strategy meetings anymore. We are to stay in our cubicles. We will receive instructions via Slack, but we aren't allowed to speak in the main Slack channels. We have a support staff channel. It's segregation with a glitter filter. Dave quits on the spot. I have a mortgage, but I also have dignity, Dave says. He walks out. Veronica smiles. The trash takes itself out. Now it's just me and Mike. Mike is 50. He just wants to retire. He keeps his head down and crunches numbers. But the numbers are bad. Veronica is spending company money like water. Inspirational retreats to Bali for the senior leadership, her and Sky. $5,000 espresso machine that only she is allowed to use. A shaman on retainer costing $10K a month. Mike pulls me aside in the bathroom. It's the only place there are no cameras. Anon, payroll is going to bounce next month. What? She spent the tax reserve on a goddess gala. We are broke. We need to tell the board. There is no board, it's just her. She bought full control. We need to leave. I can't. I'm 2 years from my pension vesting. If the company folds, I lose it all. I feel bad for Mike. I decide to stick it out 1 more month to help him find a loophole. The next day, Veronica calls me. She's glowing, like actually wearing body glitter. Anon, I have had a vision. Okay, we are going to pivot again. No more clients. What? Agency work is service work. It's subservient. We are leaders. So how do we make money? We are launching a crypto coin. Oh God, it's called Venus Coin. It's the first cryptocurrency backed by feminine energy. That's not how blockchain works. Energy is the only currency that matters. I need you to design the white paper. I'm a graphic designer, not a financial analyst. Just make it look pretty. Put lots of sacred geometry in the background. She wants to launch an ICO, initial coin offering. She wants to raise $5 million to fund a matriarchal utopia, island in the Caribbean. This is literal fraud. This is Fire Festival, but with more astrology. Veronica, the SEC regulates this stuff. You can't just sell vibes. The SEC is a construct. I operate on universal law. I go back to my desk. I start documenting everything. Screenshots of emails, recordings of meetings. Seattle is a one-party consent state. Thank God. The shaman invoices. The Venus coin scam pitch deck. I stay late every night backing up my portfolio. And the evidence. A week later, she catches me leaving at 6 p.m. Leaving so early. It's 6, Veronica. I've been here since 8. Clock watchers are energy drainers. I haven't slept in 3 days. She looks manic. Her eyes are wide. She's drinking cacao elixir, which I'm pretty sure has microdosed mushrooms in it. I need you to sign this. She slides a paper across the desk. It's an NDA and a loyalty pledge. It says I agree to give 10% of my future earnings to the Vertex Coven, and that I acknowledge Veronica as my spiritual CEO for life. I'm not signing this. If you don't, you're fired. Okay. What? Fire me. She blinks. She didn't expect that. You can't quit. You're part of the family. You just said you'd fire me. That was a test. You failed. You abandoned the mission. She starts throwing crystals, literal jagged rocks flying across the room. I dodge a chunk of amethyst. I'm leaving, Veronica. You'll never work in this town again. I know people. I know opera. She does not know opera. I walk out, collect my box. Mike is still at his desk. Mike, get out now. I can't. She's launching a crypto scam. You're the accountant. You'll go to jail. Mike turns pale. He packs his bag. We leave together. 2 days later, I get a cease and desist letter accusing me of intellectual property theft and psychic vampirism. Yes, psychic vampirism is listed as a cause of action. My lawyer laughs for 5 minutes straight. Is this real? Very. We respond with a counter letter attached with the payroll logs she missed. Silence for a week. Then I see it on the news. Local CEO arrested for fraud. Apparently, she tried to pay the office rent with Venus coin. The landlord called the police. They found the mushrooms. They found the embezzlement. Turns out she was using the company credit card to fund her boyfriend's sound bath business. The shaman was her boyfriend. Vertex Solutions dissolves. The assets are liquidated. I get a call from old man Jenkins. He heard what happened. He comes out of retirement, buys the IP back for pennies on the dollar. I leave you alone for 6 months and you let a witch doctor burn the place down, he grumbles. But he hires me back, hires Mike back, hires Greg back. We are back in the office. The pink paint is covered up. The mindfulness corner is a foosball table again. The lactation pod is sold on eBay. Jenkins gives a speech. No more buzzwords, no more saving the world. We make ads for hammers. Any questions? Silence. Good, get back to work. 6 months later, I'm at a coffee shop. I see a flyer on the community board. Awaken Your Inner Goddess Workshop with Veronica. Sliding scale payment, $500 recommended. I look her up on Instagram. She's out on bail, rebranded as a persecuted truth teller. Claims the deep state patriarchy took her company down because she was too powerful. Has 5,000 followers. Comments are full of bots and Yaya's queen. She posts a video. She's recording from her parents' basement, but she put up a green screen of a penthouse. They tried to silence me, she whispers, looking at the camera. But you can't silence the divine feminine. A cat walks into the frame and knocks over the green screen, reveals a washing machine and a pile of dirty laundry behind her. Video cuts abruptly. I sip my coffee, block her account, go back to work, design a logo for a plumbing company. It's a wrench, just a wrench. It's beautiful. MFW, I survived the girl boss apocalypse. Life is mundane again, and I wouldn't trade it for all the moon water in the world.